And here we go. Alright. So, Kinnin is playing on Game Boy Player. That's why his colors are a little muted compared to Lazu. I believe is playing on Wii U Virtual Console. Looks like Kinnin is going to go for wheel. Is he going to get it? Oh, and we got a mic from Kinnin, unfortunately. So he's going to continue on powerless. So Laz will have a slight advantage here. So mixing wheel in 1-1 saves about 5 seconds if the movement is done well. I guess if you compare optimal movement to optimal movement, sorry. If you compare optimal movement to optimal movement, wheel saves 4 or 5 seconds. Kinnin taking a bit of a hit here. Law's gonna be ahead 5 or 6 seconds out of 1-1. So yeah. Recently with Marsh or Mapler 90210 going crazy on this game, finding new strats. There's been a lot of new stuff discovered. But I think these two runners are probably going to keep it pretty basic. Double start from Loss, instantly kills the Big Poppy. Takes a hit on the way out though. Same for Kinnin. He's going to make up for a bit of time there. And he takes the damage boost strat on the Flamer in order to just power through the other two enemies. Smooth puff. Wow, I don't see many people to go for that strat. It's good. Kinnin looking a lot healthier than Laws. Commentator's curse right there. We got 3 health to 2 coming out of 1-2. Laws still ahead by 4 or 5 seconds. Okay, they're making their way through 1-3 here. And they're going to be grabbing Burning. And so this is the first movement ability in the game. You press B, you go straight, and you go fast. And they're going to be using it to make it through these next few rooms. Law's just murdering that frog with the burning. Kinnin going for the faster puff strat. Oh, taking a hit from that Sparky. I don't know if he'll be able to get that back, but he can just respawn this Flamer, so he's alright. I think Laz went and grabbed the tomato. Kinnin choosing to skip it, so he's still going to be making up some time despite getting hit. But Kinnin's been known for having a little bit of trouble with 1-4 Frosty, so we're going to have to see Laz having a really clean fight. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. This is gonna... Frosty's kind of far back, and Kinnin is going to take the death on Frosty. What's he gonna do to back it up? He's gonna grab Spark. Meanwhile, Laz is ahead into Tree Room, still holding on to that burning. He's gonna be grabbing this candy. I'm just powering through this room on the way to Wispy. Now, Kinnin is going to save time on the Wispy fight using Spark, because Wispy with Burning is rather slow, but Burning makes up all that time and way more by being able to go much faster through this room, 2-1 and 2-2. So, it's not a great start for Kinnin so far. We're going to have to see how he can make it up later. Mystical game also. While it's finishing up Wispy, you just have to press B in a certain timing. It's going to be coming out of here with a sub 4 Vegetable Valley. 350, not bad at all. And you can see Kinnin is going to have a much faster fight. Holding down Spark ensures frame perfect hits. And we're looking at a 410 Vegetable Valley for Kinnin. So Law's ahead about 20 seconds right now due to that death. I'm going to see if he can hold it. Takes a hit from the crash. This room can be tricky. Killer Parasols. Oh, okay, wow. Oh, Laws. This is looking real scary, boys. Kinnin having some really good movement with Spark. Clean movement through this room. The optimal puffs. Laws is going to pick up Tornado to supplement his missing burning. Having a bit of trouble on the boss, or on the door there. Boss. Final boss. Kinnin also dropping burning for Tornado here. Getting awful RNG on that Bronto Bird. Just to snipe him out of his first tornado attack. So These early games are looking a little rough for both runners, but we'll see how they can pick it up. Laws going in to 2-2 with Tornado. We'll see if Kinnin remembers to grab this needle here. And he does, because double star strat coming up for next mini boss, which Laws is going to nail. Perfect. One shot. Easy. He's going to pick up this wheel, and there's a lot of healing in the next room, so he should be in no risk of dying anymore. Kinnin getting the faster 2-jump strat. Gonna save a little bit of time there. And they're wheeling. Laws out there. Kinnin right on his heels. It's still a very close race. Alright. So here we have the infamous fish room, which gives top runners even a lot of trouble. You can kill all the fish and have it be very safe, which Laws is choosing to do, but let's see if Kinnin will go for a faster strat where you skip some of the fish. He gets one. Okay, and he's not going to be able to make the cycle of the third fish, so but he'll make up a bit of time there over Laws. Gets a weird Kabu pattern, but that's alright. Intentional damage reduce taken by both runners is the standard strat here to get through that really tight corridor. Laws looking to have a really clean arena. I missed the first part of it because I was watching Kinnin, but they're both using the old pattern, which is definitely a very safe strat to use. There is a new pattern that's been found, but it only saves 1.5 seconds and is somewhat more difficult, so I don't believe a lot of runners have picked that up yet. Laws still holding on to about a 10-second lead. Wow, pretty clean movement there in that first room. He's gonna grab his tomato. Good safety strat. And Spark, gonna be used for the next mini boss. Right up ahead. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. And TikTok is down just like that. Very well done from both runners. Pretty clean movement, wow. So, I guess I should talk about both of these runners a little bit. Kinnin is from the Netherlands, and he's a top runner of Kirby Superstar Ultra. He holds almost every world record in that game. And his PB in this game is also very impressive. 42-17 is his PB. I believe it's number 14 on the boards right now. But he is pretty rusty, and he hasn't played this game in a while, which may explain why Laws is ahead. Oh, really good cannon jump from Kinnin. That was smooth. Oh, but boys, I think we're synced. Kinnin seems to have caught all the way back up. And then Laws, I believe his PB is a 51. So Kinnin has a 9-minute faster PB. And it seems to be showing right now. We're getting a few frame drops on Laws' side. I hope he does not die in this room. Barely makes it through the door. So Kinnin's experience is starting to show now, even making up for that death in 1-4. He's now going to be ahead by 6 or 7 seconds going into Paint Roller. And really smooth Paint Roller, very well done from Kinnin. That is the exact strat you want to do. You want to line yourself up right next to Paint Roller so you get the strong hits from high jump. Let's see if Laws can also get it. Really nice. If he can get these cancels fast enough, ooh, and he must have gotten a weak hit in there somewhere. Unfortunately, having to do an extra cycle. I believe that was a sub-5 Ice Cream Line from Kinnin, so that's really nice. I think or it was really close. I didn't pay attention to the exact time. Kinnin taking a hit on TikTok. And then another hit from the laser ball. He's gonna fat Kirby it through this room. Grabbing medicine for some insurance. Let's see Loz's TikTok fight. This fight can be hard. TikTok can be unpredictable. The ideal fight, you want to get 4 strong hits with high jump, which can be really difficult as TikTok likes to jump all over the place. Loz is unfortunately going to take 2 hits and run right into a flamer in the next room. Let's see how he can back it up. Kinnin moving on to 3-2. This is one of the most infamous levels in the game. A little bit of spaghetti. At the end of this level, there is a mini-boss fight with Bugsy, who is a bug that likes to slam you into the ground. If you touch him, he'll grab you and put you through like a 3-second long throwing animation, which is very costly. And you have to fight him with sword, which has limited range. Kinnin taking a couple hits, but managing to hold on to sword. So if you're too far away, your sword won't hit him, and if you're too close, then he'll grab you. So let's see how Kinnin handles this fight. Loz unfortunately having lost high jump. Going to have to float up through 3-2 the old way. This is a really good fight from Kinnin. Wow, didn't get hit once. Very nice, very nice. Getting hit after, but that's okay. You don't need sword anymore. He's choosing to keep it anyways. And we are out of 3-2 on Kinnin's side. Loz picking up sword early. He's coming up on the Bugsy fight also, so we'll see how his goes. Kinnin picking up high jump again. Butter building being a very vertical level. There's a lot of high jump usage. Oh, and Law's also getting a really good fight. Okay, so no driving down a butter building, as we like to call it, in this race. It's a long story behind the origin of that phrase, don't ask me. But nobody is going to be driving down a butter building today. It's good to see. Kinnin looking to be about a full stage ahead right now. 3-3 is about 35 seconds, so I think that's the extent of the lead. He's coming up on this 3-4 Meta Knights arena now. And this can also be tricky. Let's see what strat he decides to go with. He's going with the old drop strat. Very reliable. Ugh. Unfortunately, he is going to mess it up, though, and he is going to lose high jump, which is not the worst thing in the world. There's a museum he can use to back that up. So, he'll either be doing that or he'll be going for the old sword backup. We'll have to see what he goes for. Other than losing high jump, though, it was a very fast fight. We'll see if Loz can keep high jump through 3-4, and that'll make him up a bunch of time. Okay, Kinnin is going for the museum. And enters 3-5. Oh, Loz going for seemingly, I guess, a hybrid of the two strats. Not able to keep high jump as well. Oof. Getting smacked around a little bit by the Mace Knight. Kinnin going to be using the invincibility candy to explode bonkers. Make it out of 3-5 with no trouble. This game is a remake of Kirby's Adventure for the NES, yes. The speedrun is drastically different, though. Abilities have been tweaked. Law's also going for the museum backup. Good choice. Kinnin going to this room full of ladders can be really annoying. Doesn't get messed up by that frog. I'm going for risky movement over the top there. Almost got hit. But he's swagging a little bit, feeling confident. It's good to see. Ooh, and Loz's candy ran out before he got to bonkers, but he's still able to clean up the fight pretty nicely. And he's done with 3-5. Man, it's kind of hard to watch two screens at once. Alright, so Kinnin is going to be going into the Shine Bright fight. He's going to be guessing Sun, yes he is. So Kinnin is probably alone in the Sun camp. I don't recall anybody else being in Sun Gang. This is like, for those of you who are more familiar with Mario Odyssey, it's like the Harriet versus Topper debate. This is almost exactly the same thing in this game. People decide whether to choose Sun or Moon. There is also a third camp in this game, though, which I'm personally part of, where you stand in the middle and you react to which one is going to go up first. But it's really all up to personal preference. They all even out to be the same over the course of many runs. So you guess you can either get it wrong or not. And yeah, you know where I'm going with this. Kinnin is going to go for UFO in 4-1. This is the old strat, but very reliable and safe. Grabs Tornado, going to be using that in the next stage. It's kind of... okay. We take a bit of an extra tornado. Let's see if Laws is part of Moon Gang, and they both guessed wrong. So, gonna get smoked a little bit by the Sun. Can he get that back? Yes, he will. Having a few frame drops though, so I can't exactly tell what's going on. Getting a little precarious now. 2 HP. Oh, getting hit by that beam attack. This is... oh, and he's going to take that death on... I don't remember which is Mr. Shine, which is Mr. Bright. On Moon Guy, he's going to go down and grab the high jump back up again. Smart choice. Powerless, that fight can take a while. Kinnin making his way through 4-2. Law's getting the wrong guess again. Gonna take a moment to line himself up and get a good kill here. Kinnin coming up on double Poppy. He's gonna get a slow, fast parry. And Law's having a really smooth fight the second time around. Really well done from him. Kinnin finishing up with double Poppy fight. You don't need to keep Spark there. And Law's resetting after Shine Bright. I thought he was still at pretty good health. Not entirely sure, but soft resetting in this game can be a really good strategy when you're low on health, because while it gets rid of any ability you have at the moment, if you don't need to keep one into the next level, then it can be a good way to replenish your health. Oh, Kinnin opting to use Sword. That gets hit and decides to use Powerless. There are a bunch of different strats for 5-3, so... ouch. Sorry, I just smacked my foot on the desk. But anyways, there's a bunch of different strats for 4-3, so Kinnin's deciding to use a little more unorthodox one this time around, I guess. I don't suppose he's going to be going for 4-4 mix. That's a really high level strat that doesn't save much time at all. And no, he doesn't go for it. Law's getting into 4-2 himself. So Kinnin having about a 2-level lead now, making up that deficit that he had from World 1 really well. Okay, commentator's curse. I'm sorry, guys. Man, I just keep jinxing Kinnin this race. But he's just gonna keep on going. Gets hit by one of the birds and falls into the pit. Law's making his way through the spike room, and Kinnin going through this room that is very obviously designed for wheel. Sometimes this game's devs can really lay it on thick. Really good fan fight. Grabs throw after for use in the next level. Clean. Alright. So Kinnin's still holding about a 2-level lead. Out of 4-4. Okay, I guess maybe now I'm going to talk about the system that this tournament uses. I don't know how many people in chat have watched GSA's Super Mario Odyssey League. But we decided to adapt a similar system for this tournament, and so the runners, there are 30 entrants in this tournament, they're split into 5 pools, and you might ask, oh, how are you going to make a bracket out of 5 pools? But the 16 people advancing a bracket are going to be the people with the highest point totals, which are determined by how much they beat their opponents by. So if you beat your opponent, you get a certain amount of points guaranteed, and then a certain smaller amount of points. I can't quite remember the exact numbers right now, but a certain smaller amount of points is distributed depending on how much you beat your opponent by. And then your opponent will get the remainder, loss taking a death in about the same place as Kinnin, actually. So he's going to be giving that another go. So I guess, I don't know if I want to call it threshold. The time difference for getting maximum points is 10 minutes. So beating your opponent by 10 minutes will get you all the points, except for 1. And the points scale in intervals of, I think it was 15 seconds? Something like that. So if you beat your opponent by less than 15 seconds, then your opponent will get maximum points, even though they lost. Your opponent will get all of the points that were up for grabs, besides the ones that you got for winning. I'm not very good at explaining this. But it's a system that encourages trying your best in every race, even from top runners. And discourages forfeits. So we get to see the whole game from these runners. Kinnin having a really good, pretty decent climb to Crackle. Let's see if he can get this fight well. Ideally, you want either 5 jumps and 5 cancels, or just 6 jumps. Kinnin just kind of freestyling it, working out really well for him. He's going to be out of Grape Garden at 22:07. Laws onto a 4-5 arena. Throw is really good for this arena because it's piercing, so you can kill 3 enemies at once with 1 throw. Unfortunately, he's going to take a spear, or a trident, from that trident knight on the top. Kinnin stoning his way down this room. I do indeed like Mario Odyssey. Ooh, Law's going to be taking the safer top route through this 4-5 room. Kinnin done with 5-1. Entering 5-2. So Law's coming up on 4-6. And alright, so Kinnin here is going to be grabbing ball. This is the first instance of ball in the run, if I'm remembering correctly, so he's going to be trying to keep it through. Ooh, he gets bad luck from that sword knight, but he's going to be keeping it through to the end of this stage to use it on Bonkers at the very end. And ball is very, very difficult to control. Its movement is very weird. But as you're about to see here, and he gets a good oh, okay, I thought that was a good pattern. He's gonna finish off Bonkers with a double star, really nice. Really good awareness to realize that he got a double star there. I didn't even realize until after he did it. So that was really well done by Kinnin. But ball is the most powerful ability in the game. We'll see it more later. He's gonna take a reset out of 5-2. We'll see it more later, as it's going to be used in mini boss rush and against the first boss and the final boss sequence. So we'll see more of it. Wow, both players using high jump right now, just in different areas of the game. I guess I should explain more about the soft reset mechanic. The reason that runners can do it is that it also does not lose very much time. Depending on how long the flag planting animation is after each level. I think it only loses between the 1.5 to 3 seconds, I'd like to say, so very preferable to taking a death. Law's going into Yogurt Yard, probably exiting at about 24:50, 56, I'd like to guess. I didn't see exactly, but Kinnin having a hefty lead at this point of almost 3 minutes. He's doing very well for himself. But late game can change everything. This game's late game is notorious for being fairly RNG based, so we're going to have to see what happens there. Another arena fight from Kinnin, going for the older strat. Okay, well, going for a different strat. Not sure if I've seen this strat before, but it's working out. He gets through that without getting hit. You're gonna be grabbing ball again, and okay, we're gonna be seeing if he's gonna go for ball swag, which he does. Ball swag is free, apparently. Really well done. It's a risky strat. Well, I would say it's risky, but a lot of people tell me I'm dumb with a V. Well, I was gonna be grabbing ball here for the first time. Definitely looks very flashy. Give it that. Good dodge on that sword there by Laws. Okay, so let's see what Kinnin does to deal with this cannon here. Oh wow, and really precise jump through the second and third shots. I don't know if I see that one often. Oh, and going over the top here. Smooth through that room. Law's getting a good fight with ball. And we're moving on. And here you're going to see more of the power of ball. 2 hits on Firelion and he's dead. Kills mini bosses in 2 or 3 hits and does, yeah, this is such a powerful ability. Maybe taking a hit. Grabbing Burning back. And making his way through the end of this level. Law's entering basically the auto-scroller wheel section. It's a pretty nice place to rest your hands while the game does the work for you. And Kinnin gonna be going to 5-6. Oof. Law's barely just avoiding those spikes, and Kinnin going to be threading the needle through these enemies. Oh, he gets like a down warp, and he's going to accidentally mix for beam, but he'll grab the last one here. Not a problem. This is another level that just screams wheel. Like I said, the game devs can lay it on real thick. Let's see if he's gonna go for the flywheels, and he does not. It's an interesting strat. Honestly, probably one of the only glitches in this game. Turning left as you enter water it preserves your momentum. And Kinnin nailing first try hammer mix, really nice. Let's see how his mole fight goes. Law's still making his way through 5-3. Misses a few hits. The hitbox on Heavy Mole can be frustratingly small. It is not the size of his whole sprite. McKinnon having a pretty good fight, only getting hit once. And getting out of Yogurt Yard. That is a sub 7 Yogurt Yard. Very solid. McKinnon. Law's having a bit of trouble mopping up these last few enemies, but he also gets it, and Kinnin is moving on to Orange Ocean. Let's see if Laws elects to go for ball swag. He's gonna try to show me up. Oh, he goes for it. Oh, okay, just... there's a mini ball swag. Ball swag junior. Kinnin burning through the end of 6-1. Ooh, and barely misses getting murdered by those frogs. Those frogs can be very random. There are certain patterns that can minimize the chances of getting hit, but that room is also very much disliked by many runners. Oz taking some fast ball movement down to 5-5, but he's going to lose it, so he's going to be using something different for Fire Lion. We'll see what he goes with. Kinnin now in 6-2. Okay, Kinnin going to be going with Tornado strats here. Very reasonable decision. Not choosing to go for the tomato. Race strat popularized by Miyazumi involves grabbing the tomato there for some extra insurance, but there is a pep brew in the next room. Or in the next level. So, ooh, I did not see what happened to Laws there. Looks like he lost his ability somehow, so he's having to wait out. And he barely gets that star. Oh no! And he dies to the corpse. Shoutouts to Rocks. So, okay, at least he is going to be able to grab another ability now. Kinnin onto the Tornado Bonkers fight. Also, oh, he didn't grab the pepper. He's low on health. Choosing to take this fight very safe. Go in for the last hit. Alright, so we're going to have to see if Kinnin can keep Tornado through the entirety of Orange Ocean. If you go for this strat, you're going to want to keep the ability through to the end of 6-6, which means keeping it through 4 stages, which can be very difficult, especially in 6-4, which is the next stage. So we're going to have to see if he can do it. Well, that's getting like a 2 on the goal game. A little unfortunate. Kinnin, if you lose Tornado, it can cost something like 45 seconds. It loses a significant amount of time. Depends on how good you are at powerless movement, which can be challenging, so we'll have to see what Kinnin can do here. Ooh. Not getting destroyed with that frog, thankfully. Takes that guy out with a puff. And just tries to go for the puff strat on the Waddle Doo, but instead takes the death. So, we're going to be seeing the backup powerless World 6 strats here. Let's see how his water movement is. Ooh, sneaks right by that guy. Wow, that was really clean water movement. Law's going for the hammer mix setup now, unfortunately failing at once. Gets it the second time, very nice. So, oh, Kinnin going through the coconut room, affectionately referred to as the nut shack. I'm sorry, Kinnin. Laws almost getting a perfect mole fight, but unfortunately taking a hit at the end. But it's okay, hammer isn't needed. He goes for the projectile. And, okay, so Law's exiting with a high 32. It looks like Kinnin has at least a 4-minute lead, I'm thinking. So he's looking in good shape. Well, Laws might be able to make up some time if he's able to keep Tornado through all World 6, so we will have to see. This room in particular is just so much slower without an ability. You have to run up the slopes, dodge these enemies, or suck them in. Using Tornado, it's much faster. You can just go over everything. The fastest is actually Wheel, but that's a very advanced strat that only a few runners do. It's significantly riskier. Law's just barely sneaking through there. Wheel is significantly riskier and saves only 10 to 12 seconds. Law's taking a reset out of 6-1. Good choice. Kinnin is fighting his way through the dreaded UFO room. He's going to be grabbing the last UFO at the very end. Just barely. Oh boy. This room is nerve-wracking. The UFOs move insanely fast and have completely random patterns. They never do the same thing twice. So it's almost impossible to tell what they're going to do. But Kinnin getting a really clean double star on these Frosties. So that's big time save there. Really nice. And is going into the ice physics arena, which is one of the worst for sure. See how he handles it. Law's picking up Tornado here. Oof. That Javelin at the bottom can be a terror. Otherwise, this is looking pretty clean. Wow. One more. Wow, and he nails it. Really nice by Kinnin. And Laws has Tornado here, and he's going into 3-2, or he's going into 6-3 with significantly more health than Kinnin did, so he might be able to make up some time by keeping Tornado. We'll have to see. Kinnin coming up with Meta Knight. See how many blocks he gets. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 blocks. Fairly good fight by Kinnin. So, Meta Knight is completely random. He can choose to block any of your attacks whenever he wants. There have been horror stories of fights where Meta Knight has blocked like 11 times. The average is significantly lower than that, but it can always happen, and you hate to see it happen, but it did not happen to Kinnin there. Laws is now down to 1 health again, though, so we'll have to see how it goes. Kinnin in block room. Solid movement through there. Let's see if he'll grab this pepper, which he does not go for. Okay, Kinnin is looking like he's going to be going for a 3 health 7-2, which can be very risky, depending on what patterns he gets. He's going to nail ball mix. Very well done. Taking the puffs through there, and Laws... I may have completely missed him dying, because he doesn't have Tornado anymore, and he has 5 health. Unfortunate. But, okay, Kinnin, he is coming up on the most infamous level in the entire game. This is 7-2, this is a mini-boss rush. And it is entirely dependent, well, not entirely dependent, but very much dependent on what patterns you get on the mini-bosses. So you got a good bonkers pattern. Very solid there. These next 2 bosses are the worst. Fan. Going to give him a roll, but Kinnin mistimes his bounce, but still gets the fight without getting hit. That is very good. He looking like he has good chances now to make it through here. Ooh, takes a hit. Oh, okay. And not wanting to die, not wanting to risk dying, he just gets rid of... Okay. Kinnin may be watching the stream, he may know how far ahead he is, so it's looking like he's just going to take it safe, not die, and elect to do Fireline powerless. Which loses some time, but Kinnin has all the time in the world to spare right now. You gotta wait for him to jump up and slam his head on the ground like that. But he gets it. Deathless 7-2, well done. And he's off to the end game. The end game of Nightmare in Dreamland. That word choice is not intentional. Anyways. Law's going up through 6-5. Kinnin grabbing the tomato. Law's also grabbing the tomato. Okay, he's got... So there were a bunch of laser enemies there, so there is actually a mix there that you can go for wheel, which is usually a backup for the wheel strat. And it's a very easy mix, but which Laws may not know about. We may see it in this tourney from some runners later on. Kinnin going through Ice Diamond Room. Ooh, having a bit of trouble. Those ceilings can be really annoying sometimes. But now he's got the candy, so he's basically home free. You can just mash Burning, and you're good to go. No bonk at the end. Really well done. Law's now going through UFO room, deciding to grab UFO right away instead. While it is faster, it can be a bad choice because of how fast the UFOs move. Look how many there are on the screen right now. He had like 5. Oh, and he almost gets sniped at the very end, but he's going to make it through with 1 HP. We gotta hope for good Frosty RNG here. Oh! And he gets the double star! And then he dies. No, Laws, you're breaking my heart right now. And he does not get a double ice block on the second go around, so this fight is going to be a much slower. He's going to have to... Okay, he gets 1. And he gets the other. So there you go now. It looks like Kinnin went for the safe strat in 7-4. I totally missed the rest of his 7-4. But there's a faster strat there that involves sliding through that first bomb block, but then you can be destroyed by the Sparky falling down at a really high speed. It's a rare pattern that happens sometimes. But if that happens, then you do die in the bottomless pit. So Kinnin chose to keep it safe. Law's onto the ice physics arena now. Choosing to take a different route, it looks like. Kinnin low health going to 7-5, but choosing not to reset because it looks like he wants to use Spark against the big wheel at the end of here. So, let's see how this fight goes. This can be tricky because this wheel can be slippery. He has all sorts of different patterns. Kinnin taking a hit. Ooh, spitting, and... oh no. This is why Spark is preferred to be used. It sometimes takes forever before he decides to give you a wheel. Kinnin was held up for a little bit. Now with 1 health into Wind Tunnel. This is looking really good, and he nails the Wind Tunnel. Very well done. Oh no, you hate to see that happen. It looks like he was going for the Pep Brew. To have some extra insurance into 6-6 or 7-6. But unfortunately he's going to take a death while attempting it, so he's going to have to do 7-6 with burning. Not the worst thing in the world, but wheel's highly preferred. The Laws is still back in 7-1, so Kinnin has a lot of time to spare. Ooh, really good burning movement through that room, actually. You don't see this often. Okay, and now he's just deciding to go powerless. We're going real KDL style here, boys. Was going for a float setup, but he is going to get Balmix first try. Very well done. 5 HP into 7-2. Should be very manageable if he knows the proper setups. So we're going to have to see what happens. Or he could just get lucky. There's a lot of different ways he can do 7-2. Some more consistent than others. We'll have to see what does he got. What does he got? What does 7-2 got? It's probably more a question of what does 7-2 got than what does he got. Okay, he gets... ooh, okay, really good luck on Bonkers. Faster fight than Kinnin, I think. Oh, and he gets the perfect fan-fan pattern, but he doesn't do the proper movement, and he's going to take a few hits here. 3 hits on fan-fan so far. And a final one from the corpse. Okay, we have 1 HP into Bugsy. This is looking real sketch right now. Come on, Loss. Oh, but he's going to nail the Bugsy setup. Perfect. So if he plays it real safe on Fireline here, he can also get a Deathless 7-2. He gets a jump. Oh, no. Fan is too fat. Or not Fan. Lion's too fat. And in all that commotion, I totally missed what Kinnin did. Someone tell me if he went to 7-4 or did ball mix, I'm not sure. But he's currently beating on DDD with ball. And the fight's over just like that. Showing again the power of ball, and Kinnin looking to be on... potentially a high 44 pace, which is a really solid run if he can... if he does not miss a hit on Nightmare. This orb looking very solid right now. Kinnin being very good at mashing. Loss finishing up 7-2. Got to see more powerless Firelion. Kinnin getting a really solid Chargeless Orb. So this is looking on pace for a high 44. So we're gonna have to see here. Law's working his way through 7-3 without burning. These naughties can be really annoying. Okay, let's focus on Kinnin's fight. So Nightmare only opens up for certain times during his fight. Oh, and Kinnin getting that second hit really quick. So, as a runner, you have to just memorize Nightmare's pattern, and you have to be able to know exactly when to shoot to hit him. His pattern is almost the same every time. The only thing that changes is some of his spawn locations. So, this fight has been done blindfolded before, even by Halo Dude and by Rox. Really fast 5th hit, also. Wow. Missing the fast 6th hit, but he gets it on the way down. And that is a 44.50 for Kinnin. Really nice time. For having not played in quite some time, that is very, very solid. GG's for sure. I don't know if we're going to be getting him in for an interview here. Unless we want to wait for Laws. Laws is at... So I guess now the question is, with the point system that we're using, Laws still wants to try his hardest to try to lose as little points as possible. So now the clock is ticking. Kinnin probably watching to see how many points he's going to get from this match. Law's going to be trying to scrounge up some points for himself as he's going on here. So, okay, I'm thinking right now, at a top level, the run has 4 minutes left, but we have to account for how difficult the 7-5 fight can be, so... Okay, Law's also going for the safe strat here, grabbing Spark. Oh. Getting smacked around by that Gordo. Get Kinnin in and commentate the last bit, says MMO Hasa. Okay, Kinnin, if you're here... Alright, I think Kinnin is going to be joining us. Let me see here. Oh, my stream froze. Okay. I don't know if... Oh, okay, never mind. We have Kinnin joining us here. Hey, Kinnin. How's it going?
Hello. I'm alive.
So, it's a pretty solid run, high 44. How did you feel about that?
It's just like the annoying part right now is that I know exactly what I need to do, the execution just isn't there.
Yeah, Law's unfortunately taking a death on Wind Tunnel right now.
Oof,
so
painful.
The clock is ticking to see how many points Laws can get.
I was honestly a little bit afraid of my performance being not good enough to beat Loss, but apparently I didn't really check properly enough.
Well,
but yeah.
he was winning out of World 1 because of that death in 1-4.
Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing.
I think you closed the gap by 2-5 though, so that's pretty fast.
Yeah, like my World 2 was actually probably the most consistent out of every single world I did, so I'm not too surprised.
Did you get a sub 5 World 2?
As in, let me check actually. I gotta scroll up the... No, 511.
511, okay, that's still really solid. Laws
but I only lost... Yeah, I only lost 12 seconds to PB, so...
Nice. Alright, yeah, so Law's making his way through 7-6 now. So Kinnin, you've been doing Okami recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you planning to do more of that, or are you going to be playing more NIDL now, or what's the plan?
The idea is that I'm probably going to be doing a little bit more Okami for at least... well, I'm going to do a bit of practice tomorrow, and then do a final, like, set of practice of a set of runs on Friday to see if I can improve the time, and then I'm gonna switch into Nightmare in Dreamland and actually just like
you want the sub 120
optimize everything, because you might have noticed that I'm using a lot of like year-old strats now.
Yeah, this game has changed like insanely over the past year.
Yeah,
like, Marsh has just been Even during like the off season when not many people were running this game, Marsh kept making new strats. Like, just didn't stop.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to him. I don't know. You got any shoutouts you want to make, or?
Not really.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
like if anyone's like interested in learning the game, it's probably the biggest tip I can give anyone is to like just whenever you lose your ability, just keep going. A lot of people tend to just instantly reset even when they're starting out. Just keep going.
Yeah, no resets are definitely a great idea for this game. The movement takes a while to get accustomed to.
No.
Okay, Laws going for try 2 on DDD right now. Ooh, and getting the good pattern. Okay, spitting in a little early. He's gonna need D to give him something now. And he's gonna get a star, so alright. DD fade out at 50-30? 50-31. Okay, so we're looking at potentially a high 50... No, a low 52. But we'll have to see how the nightmare goes. So, Kinnin, what color socks are you wearing today?
Sadly, I'm not wearing any of my colorful socks, so I'm wearing black socks. I actually do have a set of like really nice happy socks. I don't know if you know that brand.
Oh, dang.
And they are really colorful and nice, and I love them, but they're not really all that thick, and it's not all that warm out here, so...
Uh-oh, Laws. Okay, he gets it. Ooh, but he's not out of the woods yet. He's at 0 lives, 1 HP.
Boy. Oh boy.
This is tense right now. This is going to determine basically whether Kinnin gets max points or not.
I hope, honestly, for Laws, I hope I don't get, like, max points.
We're going to have to see right now whether he can get Nightmare damageless. So a lot of stuff can happen if you don't get the hits right away, so we'll have to see. Going for the tried and true corner strats. Missing the first hit, just a little low. That one is tough. He gets the second. And the third.
Uh-oh, Lozplyr just typed nope in chat.
Uh-oh.
And he hasn't finished on SRL yet. I think he got hacked.
Spoilers. Fifth hit. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh!
The spawn point was just so that the diagonal star sniped him right in the corner. Marsh, this is why I told you can get hit when you're in the corner. It happens.
Yeah, there are like also with the like the finger point thing that he does. That one also has a possibility of hitting you.
Yeah, I think if Nightmare spawns high, then that can hit you when you're in the corner. Okay, well, Law's going to have to redo the entire orb sequence, unfortunately, so...
Yeah, corner strat is still, like, safest, but it has a chance of getting you hit.
Good dodge
so
on
you have to be mindful of that.
This is a really solid orb. Oh, he's going to take a hit on the last one.
He's 1 health again!
Orb is hard!
Don't do it again, Lost, please!
Kinnon's just praying right now.
Oh, seriously?
And so are we. Okay, he can still get a few points if he gets this Nightmare right now without dying. It's not out of the water yet. Bless RNGs in the chat for Nightmare spawns. Let's see what we can get here. Oh, okay, he's going to take an intentional death, actually.
Well, that's pretty smart.
Let's see. A typical a Nightmare fight can be 25 seconds without the intro cutscene. He's going to get the first hit. Very nice this time. And he's going to get the second one.
Is it like, does it like, how does the rounding go for the point system? Does it round up or down?
Well, if it's like really that close, we're gonna have to retime it. So we're esports now.
No, it's not that close, but I'm not 100%. I don't have the rules in my head right now.
Okay, so Law is gonna be ending with a 54-34. So I think that does get him like an extra point. So all right, well. So that was a nice race. That is only 3 minutes off PB for Laws, I think. So pretty good considering he hasn't run this much in the last year. So pretty good race from both runners. I don't know if we want to get, we can, I don't know if we can get Laws in here for an interview. Okay. Wait, Kinnin, how did you get the link for here? Did you get it sent to you or?
Yeah, I think like one of the SpeedGaming mods or admins is in the channel, so he just kind of dumped it through the bot.
All right. Let's see if we can figure something out. I don't have access to interviews, or I don't have access to invites for this channel, so
I'm just gonna use my own invite. There we go.
oh, and he is in setup. Going to join us soon, I think.
I'll just
And here
Hi.
he is. Yo,
Hi,
GG's
hi.
Laws.
GG.
I'm pretty mad about this race, actually. I listen. I've been doing like runs on and off within like the last month or so. Not too often though. But the closest run I've gotten to my PB was like a 54 something. I come out of 7.3 and I'm only 7.5 seconds behind, and then it just goes downhill from there. And and by the time Nightmare Orb is over, it's like, okay, the likelihood of me dying is there, but it shouldn't be a problem that I die.
Yeah, this
But I
game
mean,
is, yeah.
you know, it's brutal. But I mean, on the bright side, consistently throughout this PB, minus that nightmare fight, because that nightmare fight put me 3 minutes behind my PB. I was consistently like within a minute of my PB and got like several golds. So I'm like, okay, I can work with this and get better at this.
Oh,
So
improve through the group stages.
yeah,
are you still in the Pac-Man World tournament?
the World 2 tournament? No,
Yeah. Okay.
not anymore.
I know that one's close to wrapping up. I think Nacho, is he still in?
Yes.
Okay, so he must have won his losers quarters match. That's exciting. But yeah, okay. Now I guess there'll be more time to de-rust this game. Am I right?
Yay! Yeah. I forgot how hard this game was because I actually like after my last run at the tournament last year, I just like never played the game since. So I never played. So I never played the game, and then I started playing the Wii. I started de-rusting on the Wii U version again, and I started hating the Pro controller more and more. So I actually recently bought like a DS capture card off my friend. So then on top of the fact that I haven't played him forever, I'd have to get used to playing on DS.
DS is probably like the best option though, because you're not going to get any accidental inputs on that thing.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been helping, but it took a while to adjust because I was playing with a joystick the entire time.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And also this one hurts my thumb faster because I forgot like how like they have like no downtime. It just instant press. So like I tend to press them like really, really hard because I expected to go way farther down.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. You guys got any closing comments?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I guess we can just
this game really sucks.
Don't play it, but play it.
Yeah, I think that basically encompasses everyone's attitude towards this game. This game burns you out so fast.
It's fun, but you better be prepared to get kicked in the face like 10 times a run. Minimum.
Yeah. I'm definitely taking a break from any percent for a while too. My world record came at the end of a 7-hour grind session, so
Oh, jeez.
Ouch.
How do you play this game for 7 hours?
I don't know. I mean, I actually quite enjoy this game, so maybe that's why I have a world record. But but I totally understand why people like burn out on it so fast. It's very punishing.
It's very punishing. It's not. It's very punishing, and it's pretty easy to start doing like the advanced stuff. Like this game gets advanced pretty quickly.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we'll wrap up then. I'm not okay. I don't know what's next on this channel, but for the Nightmare and Dreamland tournament, thanks Sniper, in an hour and 30 minutes, there will be Quill versus Thivdan. I don't know how to say that name, sorry. But Quill versus Dan on SpeedGaming 4 will be the next race today. And then there is another one later today, which I can't remember exactly who it is. I guess I can check real fast, but yeah, so this tournament will be running, the group stage will be running throughout the next 5 weeks, so make sure you guys stay tuned in for more matches. Okay, at 6 p.m. Eastern, Chooch 236 versus Blue Bomber 285, also on SpeedGaming 4. So make sure you guys are there. And I guess with that, I'll be signing off. You guys got anything else to say?
Keep watching the tournament because there's a lot of great players in here.
Yeah, I agree.
We are
I'm not one of them.
those.
You guys can become those. I believe in you guys.
You can keep your world record. That's cool.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna be gone. See you guys. Make sure to tune in later today. And yeah, peace.